All right. Well, it's very nice to meet you, and I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. I'll set a timer because I like to try to keep it around 5 minutes, but if it goes over, I'm happy to keep talking.
You can ask me whatever you want to know.
Okay. So what are your God beliefs? What do you believe in?
There's only one God and one prophet.
Okay. So your God is Allah?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you come to that belief?
Of course, parents are the ones that always put you on the same way, but when I grew up through schooling and actually believing it in myself, I believe there's only one God, and we have a Koran. It's a book that we believe that it was sent by God, and His messenger is the one that gave it to us.
Right.
So we follow that book. It's like a guide. It's like a tour for us. Like we follow exactly what it says.
Okay.
The way we dress, the way we eat, what we do.
So you're influenced by your parents raising you in
Yes.
Islam, and then also the Quran, reading that book, which you in Islam believe is the word of God that was sent through His prophet. Okay. Okay. And if you could put on a scale just to help me get a baseline, low, moderate, or high confidence that those beliefs are true and correspond to reality. Okay. Okay. High.
It's actually even been scientifically proven, and some things that science people find out was already written in the Quran.
Okay. So that's important evidence to you.
That's what I believe.
Okay. No, that doesn't offend me at all. I'm out here because I love to talk to people about their beliefs. So nothing you say is going to offend me unless you say that like my face is ugly or something.
No, that's not what I mean. But some people get hurt if
I am open to new information. I am open to learning from other people about their beliefs.
I'm the same way.
Okay, great. Okay, so you mentioned that there is actually things that have been confirmed through science that were written in the Quran. And that is something that you believe helps to reinforce that as being true.
I mean,
the Quran being true.
There's things that happen like, health-wise, anything. There's one that my dad told me a while back that was so true, and it happened. Like, I know it might sound weird to you because you don't believe what I believe in, but anything in this world that happens, rain, earthquakes, what happens all over the world, that we think Judgment Day is going to happen when all Arabic people become in wars, things are showing that it's happening.
So reality corresponding to prophecies in the Quran, to predictions in the Quran.
One of the things that they say that Judgment Day is closer is when all Arabic cultures fight each other for no reason. Which is already 4 countries fighting each other for no reason. Yemen, Palestine, Syria. They're all at it with each other.
Okay. No. And so you believe that because these things that were predicted to happen, that are happening, that's evidence that
Quran is happening. We think you guys eat pork, right? Yeah, we can't eat pork. It says it in the Quran, so we can't do that. We don't do any liquor, alcohol, blood things. What else?
Right. So those are the things that are the beliefs that are a result of you being raised by your parents in that faith system, and then reading the Quran and following the directions.
But when I was 10, 12, and I got into school, and the older I get, it's not like they make you believe in what they want to believe. They let you go on your own tour. And then when I did, I went to school, I experienced, and I actually believe that God is the only God, and Prophet, and Isa.
So what is that part? What happened there that helped you to make you go from, I may have been raised in this, but I'm willing to come to my own beliefs.
Read the Quran, it makes me feel at ease. Like when I read it, and when I hear people reading it, and I hear people trying their best to memorize it and to do all that, then I just feel like it's fun.
Well, I've talked to some folks in previous interviews who get the same feeling. They describe it to me the same way from reading their holy book.
Exactly. So I feel it's always in the head. I feel like us, since, like I said, I was raised and born with it, and then, but the older you get, it's what you make yourself believe in. I don't want to, but I can actually make myself believe in what you believe in because I'm forcing myself. Okay. But at the end, I'm not going to really want to know what you guys are doing because I believe in what I already do. Okay. I'm an American citizen, born in America, never went to my country, and 25 years, and I believe the same things.
Okay, but so we agree that people can believe things hold their beliefs very close to their heart, right? So we believe that, all right, we agree that reading a holy book can give you strong feelings that it's true and a feeling of peace or
just the
whatever.
meaning of the words, how a person is supposed to be, the way you're supposed to live, the way people are supposed to be. Like, I just feel like everything in that book is true, but not a lot of people respond to it. Even my people, like when they read the book, they don't do exactly what it's supposed to. I don't do exactly what it does, but I try.
So let's say that we had maybe a Christian here and then a Hindu, and they were telling us about how they formed their beliefs and how they went through a period where they reevaluated their beliefs in school and read their holy book and came to very high belief that their belief is true. How could somebody distinguish between them and decide which one is actually true?
You can't. I don't think anyone can.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has their own beliefs. You can be with someone that what are you, Christian?
Actually, I'm just interested
Atheist?
in learning about what people. I'm open to. I'm a non-believer.
Oh, you're atheist. They
mm-hmm.
say, okay, it's fine. But if you had someone the same one as you are, and you go try to explain to them why, they'll have a different explanation of why they're doing that than you.
Right.
So there's no one that can believe.
But I would say the difference there is that some beliefs are claims about the world. Some beliefs are claims about the nature of reality. So atheism is not a claim about the nature of reality, in my opinion.
No, that's true.
It's just a lack of believing in any of the claims that have made.
Husband, we're both Yemenis. We're both Arabic. We believe in the same thing, but me and him can get into argument what we believe in.
Yeah.
And we believe in the same thing, and we read the same Quran. So.
Right. Well, I mean, when I talk with my son sometimes about religion, you know, he says, why do people fight over their beliefs?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't understand that reason too.
And I think it comes down to, and what I tell him anyway, I mean, I don't have all the answers, but what I tell him is that it's because people want to think that what they believe is true. But what I'm asking...
you have to be smart about it. I'm an American citizen, but I'm Arabic. I wouldn't come treat a Christian as they're treating me now. Like if I go to Walmart, they look like I'm a rag or something.
That's unfortunate. I don't agree with that.
Yes, I'm a smarter girl. I know they're not as smart as me, but I'm not going to go judge them on that. There's people that judge me, especially in North Carolina.
And so they're using their beliefs
against me.
Against you.
But I'm smart enough to understand that it's their situation. I don't have to be offended or annoyed about it.
Right.
I'll just smile and walk away.
Okay. Well, that's very considerate of you and nice of you, kind of you to give them the benefit of that doubt and to not, let it affect you in a negative way too much. But so we can agree based on that kind of discussion that people's beliefs matter in how they treat other people, right? And how they make decisions in their life in the world.
I have parents that are kind of closed-minded, that I feel like if they see an American, I'm sorry, I don't want to offend you again, but the way we dress is different than the way you guys dress. People look at me like I'm oppressed or I don't know what they think.
Yeah.
But I don't think about them in any way if they're wearing shorts and a tank top.
Right.
Like I don't know why they think they have the right to judge me on the way I dress, but I can't.
I think it's important to get away from judging people and their choices,
you said
and judge instead be able to talk about the beliefs that underlie their judgments.
We believe in
right?
covering ourselves. Some people don't.
Right.
But I have no right in my hand, no matter what I believe in, to come tell you or judge you or look at you in a weird way.
Yeah. So getting away though from those kinds of details of the beliefs. Part of the thing that I'm trying to understand in my philosophy group is what is a reliable way of knowing things about the world and making decisions about the world. And when I talk to people about their religious beliefs, I ask, is this a reliable way to make decisions about the world, given that we have so many different claims about the world?
You're going to have a hard time finding the right answer. Because no one is right. Everyone's going to think they're right. Then, like Islam, we think is the right way. No one should go looking around. But if I go talk to a Christian or Hinduism, they're going to think that we're wrong. But we have a Quran that tells us exactly what the rules are supposed to be, what's going to happen. I know nothing happened yet. And God forbid judgment be happening. But everything that we just feel that God did send those words. And when we watch the movies and when we read the books,
how do you get to, how do you know that that's true?
That's the thing. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I believe in it. Like, That's all I've been doing. I believe that God is the only God and the prophet. You guys say that, not you guys.
Mm-hmm.
People say that Isa is his son, but no, we think that God's the only one. He has no kids, no mother, no father. He's the only creator with his messengers.
Okay.
And I strongly believe that because, like I said, I was raised into this, and then when I grew up, I looked into it more. I looked into other Hinduism, Christians, and all that, but nothing about them made me satisfied into going into that because I feel like I already truly believe that there's only one God and I'm Islamic. So.
Okay, so is it important to you to believe in things that are true, or is it more important to believe in your cultural heritage?
What do you mean?
Well, so for me personally, I want to believe, I haven't made a decision about any particular religion because none of them have satisfied my threshold for providing evidence as to the existence.
So what kind of cultures have you ever been into? Like what kind of?
Well, I personally went to off and on a Christian church when I was growing up, but it was never something that made sense to me.
Yes,
you know, in
that makes sense.
And the claims about the way the world was created, or the way that there's a supernatural being that listens to our thoughts.
Tells you everything. I mean, if you try to look in that, but I tell
right.
you
But so why is that necessary? Like, we have lots of books that explain what people thought about the nature of the world.
Quran books keep getting changed every year. People change it on their own. I heard, and when I went into people change their Qurans and the way they want to, but ours, it's been the same book ever since it came down from them.
Okay.
Like if you go to any culture in this world, ours is the same book. But I went through Christian books, there's different Bibles, different sections. I mean,
So the fact that it was written by one person who was the prophet,
God, Allah, sent down his messenger to the prophet. That's the story. And it came.
How do you know that that's true?
That's the thing. I'm not going to tell you it's 100% true, even though I still believe it is. But I don't know how to explain it to you. But just a feeling. Okay, a feeling.
Okay, but so Christians and Hindus and every other of the thousands of faith systems that have existed throughout human history use their feelings to come to a different belief than
right now,
you.
I can tell you my Quran tells everything. Like if I had it in my hand, I can give you section by section and actually give you the answers you want to know. Okay. Right now you just caught me off guard. And
right. No, it's fine.
But I feel like if you go ask a Hinduism, okay, our Quran has been the same way all. I told you, all centuries through everything, you know it's the same book, you go after the same thing. But them, I feel like they change it all the time. So how do you know that's right? How could you tell it's right? But this is the book that I've been following all my life that hasn't changed. And it explains to us how this world was created in 7 days, how he set up everything, and how Judgment Day, everything's going to fall down. Didn't you see what happened in Nepal?
Yes.
The earthquake with the...
Right, but we know how earthquakes happen, right?
Exactly, but how did it happen?
It happens because there are plates, tectonic plates on the earth.
Right now you're saying it scientifically.
Uh-huh.
And what you're saying scientifically now is in that Quran. It tells us how the earthquakes are created. Look, I feel so better right now that I'm...
No. I want to understand that.
Right now, you just brought the answer to me. What I was trying to explain to you from the beginning.
Right.
Scientifically, earthquakes happen because of the plates colliding and all that, and everything happened. And the Quran already tells us how it's already created.
Okay, that's great. But so I could go to a book on geology or any other like a book that teaches me about seismic activities in the Earth's crust. Yes. And so should I worship that book?
Worship the geology book. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying scientifically people are doing science now, math and all that.
Because there are lots of books that describe things about in the world.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. But at the same time, I don't know how to explain this to you. It's just I can't catch the word. Okay.
It's definitely. I mean, I'm used to talking about this because I ask the questions, but not everybody is.
Answering is hard. It's hard to explain it to you, and because I'm 100% sure in what I am. But when I come trying to explain it to you, it's kind of hard, especially.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Because I'm just wondering if that's a reliable way of knowing about the world, in the sense that the fact that the Quran, people back in 600, knew that there was shifting of the plates on the Earth's crust. That's amazing. But what does that have to do with the idea that it's actually the revealed word of God.
Your questions, I told you, they're so, you know
Yeah.
exactly what you're asking. But how can I explain this to you? Like I said, I came into this, I haven't done a lot of research about my Islam
Okay.
as much as I'm seeing how you're doing it. I went into this family already Islamically.
Right.
And when I learned about the Prophet and how he was born and how he was poor and how he's the only person in the world that doesn't have a black spot in his heart that can't hate because God sent angels
Okay.
down to him to take out that black spot from his heart. Those stories, he's the Prophet.
Mhm.
People, when we talk about the Prophet, he's so special to us. Like when we die, that's who we want to meet. That's who we want to see. We want to see God. We want to have good deeds. We're going to have a book written to us. The whole world's going to be into one side. Like everything's going to be a flat surface. Like all those things make me believe that Judgment Day is going to happen and we're all going to meet each other and going to see this person
Okay.
that started all this.
So it's the idea of there being an afterlife that then fulfills the
If I come and ask you,
predictions
what do you
in the
think is going to
Quran.
happen in the afterlife? What would you say?
I don't know.
Exactly. I could tell you this is what's going to happen. Because I think I'm right. I'm going to know that it's going to happen in a huge fire, everything. The world's going to be one
Mhm.
plate, no trees, no hills, no nothing. And a sun is so close to us that we're going to burn. 7 people are the only ones that are going to be protected from God. The person that memorized the Quran, a teenage boy being good to his parents and being a good boy. What else did I? Someone that's sick. Oh, people that die in Syria that are from the that people kill. People that drown are the only 7 people that are going to be protected.
Okay.
So I actually believe all that's going to happen.
Okay, so that's an example of what I was talking about a knowledge claim.
Okay.
A thing that you're saying that is true, right?
I feel that way.
Well, but there's only going to be one true thing that happens after people die, right? Either it's nothing happens, or one of the faith systems
but how
that
could you know what's going to happen?
I don't know. That's, remember when I answered I don't know?
No, I mean, like, how would you be able to find out through all these philosophy things? How? I actually want to take your number.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to like talk via email or something. Yeah. Well, it's for me, it's about being able to say, because you mentioned earlier that you're open to information, you like learning about things too, and so for me, I take just an even more wider open idea about the fact that I'm willing to say I don't know what happens after you die, and I don't think anybody does, because there's been no proof or no evidence that of anything happening after you die.
But when you come ask me, what do you think is going to happen? I'll tell you a whole different thing, what I just told you.
Yes, and I appreciate you sharing that with me, and maybe I didn't form the question right, or when I explained at the beginning. I'm not so much interested in what it is that you believe, but how do you know that it's true? Because I want to know true things. I want to know things that are true. I want to believe in things that are true. And so, like I mentioned before, if I have a Christian here and a Hindu who tells me that they've read their books and they feel that they are true, they have a strong feeling inside that they're true, and they each know exactly what's going to happen after we die, how can I pick which one is true?
You can't. You're going to have to do more research. Like, I can't, like, if I'm going to come between right now and tell you how do I believe it, I'll tell you straight up. I feel and what I believe in is the only thing that's true.
Okay.
Explaining it to you, I really can't.
Yeah, it is hard to explain. I mean, I've encountered that with all of the believers that are, most people.
I mean, I'm trying to give you ideas of what I learned and what I really actually believe in. But if you give me more time and actually take your email, I can get.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I'll try my best to even.
Absolutely.
It's so nice. I've never been interviewed or asked a question. Oh no way.